cedis. It's not 200 cedis. You see this small car. Ask me how much the last time we bought it. How much was it? Brake fluid that we buy. It came to 12 cedis. Now it's 35 cedis. I can take you there for you to go and ask. They should start that rubbish. If they are forgetting the basic of economics, it takes energy, population, and transport. And if you are killing one, who carries the two? Go and tell Baumia, if the fundamentals of transport is bad, the economy will expose you. Go and tell him that.
You mean they have been exposed?
Go and tell Baumia. He said if the fundamentals of the economy is bad, the dollar will expose you. Tell him that if the fundamentals of transport is bad, it will expose.
If you have a leg, the thigh is supposed to be bigger than the calf. If the calf becomes bigger than the thigh, then it means there is sickness in the leg. Because if you are spending most of your money on secondary education and less on tertiary and basic, then there's something wrong with your educational system. And so the government has budgeted 2 billion cedis for free SHS for this academic year. If you have 2 billion more to spend on education, will you spend all of it on free SHS so that even when people can afford to pay, they don't have to pay? Because today there's no system where if my child goes to a public secondary school and I can afford to pay, there's no system for me to pay.
The issue of free education, I don't think it's something that any of us can compromise on, you know, and true, it may be that there have to be changes in the way in which we are administering it. You know, I can't take my child to Achimota or Dogono and then leave him or her and drive away and can Oforiata not pay anything, whilst I can pay for 10 people. We need to,
so why did you implement it then?
We need to question, well, you need to begin to get the data to then be discriminatory in how and who pays and who doesn't pay.
Free senior high school policy is a policy for the development of our country. We're not going back on it. We're not going to have it reviewed. We're going to continue with it. We're going to improve on it. We're going to develop the infrastructure so that we can develop the human capacity of our country. That is the position of the new patriotic party and of its President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. No review today, no review tomorrow, no cancel.
Don't you go to the IMF? Go to the IMF. We will not go to the IMF today. We will not go to IMF tomorrow, and we are not going as long as the NPP remains in power.
And go to IMF. We are not going to go to IMF. But I can tell you, we are not going to the IMF. Whatever we do, we are not. We are a proud nation. We have the resources. We have the capacity. Don't let anybody tell you. Like when Joshua, Caleb, and the 10 others went to spy on the promised land. And only 2 of them came to say that we can do it. And the 10 went around the community murmuring, you can't, da 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 da. We are not people of short sight, you know.
IMF, what are we going to say again? Because the noise we make, you know, going into IMF is just like handing over power to NBC without a content. And I threw my own words back when I said NBC went to IMF because of mismanagement of the economy. So if MPP is going to IMF, what am I going to say? Any government that goes to IMF has failed. You cannot use the face of those who took us to IMF to break the edge. It won't work.
So made several statements which have either turned out to be untrue or are contradictory. Either way, they have served to undermine the credibility of government and of its economic management team. These include the denial that government will ask for a bailout from the IMF, so one is no longer sure what to believe.
I think it's important.
Important to look at it. First of all, how many countries are currently receiving IMF bailout? And why are they doing so? And these are countries that have failed in managing their finances. I think that's how you have to look at it. We went, because the bottom line, we are going to the IMF because we have been reckless. We have been to the point of even what one could allege criminality in some regard. Notice government has been overborrowing from the central bank, and beyond that, we are having issues as we speak. This year so far, the cedi is the worst performing currency in Africa. This year so far, so really the idea is to see how that can help pop it up. We need the IMF because we have lacked discipline in solving our own issues. But the money from the IMF, I'm not too sure how far that will go in resolving the issues. Because don't forget, 2 years ago, we went to the Eurobond to borrow 1 billion. We still had issues. That by the middle of last year, our currency was competing with the criminals. And you know, what is the good news? At what cost? One, they say they will remove all subsidies. Whether the subsidies are targeted at the poor or not, those subsidies are going. IMF are not necessarily interested in economic growth. IMF, their policies have never been to, as it were, help you create jobs. It is to make sure that, look, you can pay your debts, okay? And paying debts doesn't necessarily directly benefit the Ghanaian. Because look, in Argentina, they've stopped them from even, they have to cut down the salaries to what? Doctors and teachers. In June, if you're not careful, what's happening with the doctors? So all these things are tied. Beyond that, what are the other things that they are looking for us to do? They're also saying that there should be, government should do what they call right-sizing. You know, now they use terms. It's really downsizing or just laying people off. But now they say right-sizing because they feel that the size is not right. So lay people off. But clearly, it is not going to happen. Workers are going to suffer, and they're not going to suffer because the IMF says so. Okay. They are going to suffer because we have been reckless in how we spend the money that we've been getting. Right. Because look, bottom line, brother, over the last 6 years alone, revenues from gold, it's been double what it was. You know, so at the
I said that paper to show that 41 promises made by the MPP and its presidential candidates within 2 years, 41 have already been fulfilled and delivered as we speak now. 41.
When I look at the economic management team, it is quite clearly a fantastic team. Professor Jambafo, Dr. Akutose, Dr. Afriye Akoto, Honorable Alan Chiramanting, Boachi Ejaku, Ken Oforiata, Senior Minister Yao Osafo Mafu. What a solid team. In fact, can anyone remember the NDC economic management team? I'm sure they themselves cannot remember who their economic management team was. Kukrudu. And with that, you have a lot more confidence in the economy, and you have seen a stability return to the exchange rate. In fact, for the year, the cedi has appreciated in value. When we came in, it was running. Essentially, we have arrested it. and the IGP has the key. She's locked it up. We've arrested it. And we want to make sure we pursue sound policies to keep the cedi stable, but it has appreciated for this year. Inflation has come down from 15.4% when we came into office to 12.8% now. In the first 2 years of an MPP administration, under this Infrastructure for Poverty Eradication program, where every constituency will get $1 million every year for rural and deprived communities, under this program, there should be no village or community in Ghana after the first 2 years that would have a water problem or a toilet problem. There should be no village or community. Once the Ghana cedi has obtained the dubious distinction of being the weakest performing currency in Africa at this point in time. Interestingly, the NDC Green Book claims exchange rate stability as one of their unprecedented achievements. In an open economy with market determination of prices, exchange rate movements are the most important indicator of underlying macroeconomic fundamentals. As the saying goes, when in doubt, observe the exchange rate. The lesson from history for governments is that you cannot manage the economy with propaganda. In fact, you can engage in all the propaganda you want, but if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. The type of free fall that we are seeing with the cedi exchange rate is a vote of no confidence by market players in the management of the economy. If the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. But it is warped logic to jump from that to a conclusion that if there is depreciation in your currency, then the fundamentals must be weak. Do you understand the logic? It is very warped logic. If the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. But if the exchange rate...
Are we taxing mobile money? Because we have mobile money at Tuska.
Yeah.
In government revenue bill.
No, the point is that you are not taxing mobile money. And it is, for me, my view and that we should not tax mobile money, because mobile money transactions, a lot of the people who are using these transactions are very poor people. I hear the incompetent one says he wants to come back. He wants to come and do more damage. As if he didn't do enough damage. Well, we are waiting for him. We are waiting for him. We are waiting for him. Oh my God. A lot of our opponents thought we were dreaming. Everything they think is impossible. By the grace of God, we are going to make it happen. 20 months in office, apart from cleaning the mess of incompetent economic management. That alone is work in itself. Apart from cleaning the mess, competent economic management, we are putting in place the structures that will deliver. And we are going to see some major changes in 2019, where we begin the full-scale operation of the Sino-Hydro facility. You will see major roads, major interchanges, and so on, bridges. We are spending almost 1.5 billion out of the 2 billion on the road sector. For this reason that our roads have been left unattended to. Even though they kept saying they've done so much infrastructure. Every district here, you'll see the problems you have with roads. Every district. You will ask every district. Get to the Eastern Corridor and ask what happened. But this is going to be one of the areas we start when we start in 2019 on the Eastern Corridor. There's a major infrastructure effort on the way, and the whole of Ghana, by the grace of God, will feel it when we start in 2019 in earnest. There's work also going on the railway sector. All of you have seen that we have begun the rehabilitation of the railways. Working line, the Western Line, the Central Spine. I'm very excited about the possibility of taking the railway all the way to Paga. People think we are dreaming, but very soon it is going to be possible, because this is the government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. We just have to deliver. We dare not fail. We have a higher duty. We have a higher calling to the people of Ghana, and the MPP and the Nana Akufo-Addo will deliver. God bless you. God bless you. People of Cape Coast, I have good news for you. We are building a new harbor in Cape Coast and a new airport in Cape Coast. It is very critical that we do that. An airport makes a lot of sense in Cape Coast. It's a real tourist hub, and between Greater Accra, Kumasi, and Cape Coast, you have a triangle that really is a lot of hub of economic activity. You can build railway lines between them, and it's a major growth pole if we put an airport here to drive infrastructure growth. Of course, we are going to continue to to bring to the attention of the people and yourself is that if we look at the Flagstaff House today, it does not reflect the people of Ghana in terms of religion. We in this country, we are living peacefully and nicely, Muslims and Christians. So we believe in the MPP that the Muslims and the Christians should work together. And that's why whenever we pick a flag bearer as a Christian, we pick a Muslim as a vice. And when we come and pick a Muslim as a president, we'll pick a Christian as a vice. So if inshallah Nana Akufo-Addo becomes president, he will swear with the Bible and enter the Flagstaff House, and I will swear with the Al-Quran and enter the Flagstaff House. When we combine the Quran and the Bible, Ghana will be the major beneficiary. It will be the blessings of God will be on Ghana if we have the two religions in the castle. We all believe that Jesus Christ is the Savior, and he will come back and save the world. We all believe. We all believe that Jesus Christ is the Savior, and he will come back and save the world. We all believe. King.
Abusia nyumre abraso se yedi ehia Amanyosem dwumadie so original TV ene empenyufo ati adwa ye be ne 10 ase nya technical issues kakra fe ne atimi asettle na yaba back na se de yenya ba so de na yaba peli eka yewra Isaac asiama na kan yaba no so de na yaba na ene si ebedi nkomo ense mebre na ekoso to de si attorney general modeba boy ye ka sei sa agreement and communi ejumako referent for ebekono chese omuni capacity, they don't have credibility, and here kasi sa deal no ya dia ekonkon ho and e be dis answer no enso so enkomo sa so and aban emma tax waiver e dia ma companies be say 5 so kekaska nyina bomwa is about 5 billion Ghana cedis. Minority in parliament is already concerns. I didn't know also tax waiver. This huge amount ebere say domo samomo kan nchire papa bi wo mananse nchire papa bi anybody main focus no we are still on the agenda year 24-hour economy free sabre because we are hoping say Dr. Muhammad Bawumia yewra alankwadwo chiramaten omunyina obi abema ne policy be ye clear say le be ya ebetimi ya probe ni yie ye probe ni yie na ye chire mu ni all the cross examination. It offers Ghanaians voter the opportunity no no atimi ehu se me amaba me kwa akoto yi social contract na me ne party we ana candidate we sign say ne sitie enko esi de bia ye betwen last minute few weeks few months to election na the manifesto aba na heja saa ni akoto aba fie wie na ye ko bisa so be share boss yes ko manifesto num na kwa ese saa ne wo mu a this time round we are making sure say be do nsu kwawura mu enten enti ene ehun komo ne ba bi this about from the captain of the district ma from my gbe from Sammy Huntor so a meje so pepe na bibia timi akoyi amampacho ope social media na akọ Huntor TV GH ahoso betimi anya show original TV channel no page no yenya challenge kakra but nyame adom yetoto eniama very soon no ye be bounce back on ye original TV but so person share live dey akọ Huntor TV GH on Facebook abetimi anya so ahwe ho amatumi ayeye talking about a year 24-hour economy. First of all, and before we are reacting, Dr. Muhammad Bawumia, the Vice President, the Head of Economic Management Team, the flag bearer Manu Patriotic Party, were reacting. And latest one, a Minister for Food and Agriculture, Dr. Brian Champong, also reacted about it. Then, Upper East Regional Minister also reacted about it. The patro yenti or more reaction na fe me ba ye be go through a Mahama policy no the proposal no we are near bisa all the necessary questions I will feed you hasi na yatwaso from them. Patro yenti Dr. Muhammad Bawumia and Penny for how do akasa about a 24-hour economy.
You can buy electricity 24 hours. But because of digitalization, you can transfer money for 24 hours. You can receive money for 24 hours. There are many chop bars that are open for 24 hours. You can buy electricity 24 hours. But because of digitalization, you can transfer money for 24 hours. You can receive money for 24 hours. There are many chop bars that are open for 24 hours.
24-hour economy. Now 8-hour economy went to me as so light. 8-hour economy. 8-hour economy. Now you team one with the diagram. Went to me as so light. 24 hours I went to me here. Light run I went to me here. 8 hours I went to me here. Nana. Honorable Atu Forcing. 8 hours went to me as a light. Honorable Atu Forcing.
And the Vice President is saying that he understands the region. He says this 24-hour economy. Hey, our brothers, when we work in our farms and we are tired in the night, we have to sleep with our wives. So we have to be with our wives. So in the night, you want us also to go and be farming, and then people will come and take our wives away. Hey, now we have to be careful about this 24-hour thing.
So according to Upper East Regional Minister, which said 24-hour economy, say hey, probably quite not do a Jumana was so no ye Eda. As a we die in share film on we need to be very careful. But this is how some are Ibinu Etias. Anyway, let's take a few minutes now. You go through the policy and NDC rep Wahase. So you have a major work to do to explain. So this is what John Dramani Mahama and the NDC is saying about the 24-hour economy. That is the motto of Ede Abba. Okay, so we questions and answers. So much as a questions I'm Crawford Dona Abisa. So John Mahama's 24-hour economy policy proposal. Now, said you must see a drafting of Papa Yonko. Okay, what is the 24-hour economy all about? Question number 1. The 24-hour economy will be deliberate policy intervention by the next NDC government, Mahama government, to encourage and support certain businesses and companies to operate 24/7, preferably in a 3-shift system of 8 hours each, by creating an enabling environment that promotes productivity, competitiveness, and paying jobs. Just say or say a kwaya or madebaba a juma 8 hours in your business army and 8 hours more porno before so about 24 hours, you know. It means a juma and prensa. A bebwa ama productivity you might need to me and BIA a juma pay betria cana face soup and yamat me. Question number 2: what will be the main driver of the Bahamas 24-hour economy? And he found money actually. Betimiama policy abaso. See, the 24-hour economy will be mainly Bahamas' overarching vision to create sustainable jobs for Ghanaians. This will be achieved through his agenda to modernize and mechanize agriculture, provide incentives for the private sector to thrive, promote agro-processing and manufacturing, transform Ghana into an import, substitution, and export-led economy, among others. Chese befa so agro processing yeni aye fomu no baye no ye de befa abefo kwaso na afeso so omo ade akade aka ho ade ama private sector ankrankra nyumaku omdo omo ebebegimu na afe manufacturing nyumaku ahodo omo saso enya adwuma ede ye no na anam so asesa Ghana ye hyebre ama sebi eni ama ye credit fra amano ne bebre de atimi ate so na afe de eni ama ne bi ho ade akwa amano ne na yakwakoto onye sikade aba. The 24-hour economy policy will be a major boost for John Mahama's import substitution and export drive. This will stabilize our national currency, improve our reserves, bring down inflation and interest rates, create more employment opportunity and improve livelihood. We say a kwamba kwa Mahama ebe faso na yesidi na ho ode akofo na etumi apejade aba esanse ne ama bibiro ye krade ba manoni ifra manoni de ba ye nkrabium ebebo ama Ghana yesika edo ama manoni a yetimi krane ama de ba ye reserves no so etimi ehwira akosoro se de nema buo kosoro hwehwehwe inflation no so ebeba from to ensihu a ewo bosia ho ye interest rate so eno si ade ebeba from na abo adwuma ama Ghana for bebre so etimi anya bia peja Ghana for asetina emu. Question number 3: which industries the 24-hour economy focus? Enyumaku ben na 24-hour economy neni ebekire so. Ochese agro processing omo ye infomunjuma eni enuane a yebedane den ebedane pharmaceutical industry omo eye nro efrafra nro manufacturing industry omo ye nyuma eja omo manufacture eniama hodo ye factories ahodo wa Ghana. Construction omo amusi adan ye extractive industry, mining omo payabo eno omo mutu from agudie. Sanitation and waste management omo ahonidie ti se zoomline omo sesa bola so omo. Leisure and hospitality industry baby ayekoji yani ene ahojebia ti se hotels ne nkoso ebe koso digital startups and business processing outsourcing BOP. They say omo amoshe nyuma senkete business startups so called agri digital center say they host it no. Financial services sikakra bia na sika nyuma hodo mu didwa ewesika mu. Retail centers baby ekutu niama ekoton transportation services akontu mu nyuma hodo mu didwuma wa kontu ho. Also selected public institutions with large customer traffic such as ports and harbors, customs, passport office, DVLA, among others, will be part of the 24-hour economy. And you might be to say DVLA, port and harbors, customs, passport office, DVLA, which is a 24 hours economy. No, domatimi abeye juma. 13. The 24-hour economy will also be implemented within the context of other national development initiatives such as education and training, health services, agriculture, and provision of affordable housing for workers, efficient public transport, efficient justice delivery, among others. It is all part of an ambitious drive by the NDC Mahama administration to take Ghana to the next level in the global economy. We say a kwamba akuse be faso etimi aboa to say ebehwe say baby a adwumafo betina omo adan betimi akọ from the affordable housing afi public transport ya kontu ahia hodo etremu editu quantity so ba kra STC anase ayalulu metro mass ya bind ya no ba behwe so be fere nyina so etimi aboa apomedin atena ye enwuma sia anafi emfumunuma nyina ya ade aband nani ebekire ehonum. Okay, now question number 4 was say what kind of support will be given to these businesses and companies by government in order for them to operate 24/7. Again, abambe yet media boss and you make wahudu ya ebi obde no ba beji say adwuma mo se be omo so betimi aye adwuma no 24/7. The next NDC Mahama government will create an enabling environment for businesses and companies to operate 24/7 by 1A, providing an atmosphere of improved security and public safety. Omo be say eye bambo nsemu ebetumi agiri ye na afi obi kodadwuma so anadwo a sebio o gidie sebi be woni bia entumento no. 2, providing cheaper and reliable electricity for participating businesses based on time of use TOU tariff system. Afi so nyina monkane ahoɔden a enyumaku ahodo omodo ombekwa akodimu no nyina monkane ahoɔden a be use dia ye adwuma saa na adwobre no eyade a eno so ne bo bɛkɔ fam dia mamo. A time of use tariffs machirimu dada so or say companies that sign onto the 24-hour economy will be given modern smart meters, which will be calibrated to charge a lesser tariff per kilowatt per hour for power consumed during off-peak hours. And to almost some of the smart meters, night duties in the special and as a smart meters, do sabre no in a monkania now who use no charges never conform than the normal prepaid meters I use. Number 3, tax incentives. Companies, businesses that subscribe to the 24-hour economic policy will be given tax incentives to reduce the cost of their operations and enhance their competitiveness. And you ko ahodo amodo mo beje 24-hour economy so abanse eto ahodo amotuano or the member mo ayemre e dia mamo so the be amo betimi apagya madwum. The toso 9, financing support will be provided for certain strategic agro-processing factories and the manufacturing companies to boost production of import substitution and export. Or say abambe so enyumekuo bi asene omo a eye yemfudi ahodo mpese omo dane dane na fe manufacturer abambe so omo se sika fam said ye be ya enema bi e krafra ma no ne de ba no omo be ye ne Ghana ha sei na yen krasa ne ma ne emfama biem. Okay, question number 5. What will be the implementation approach of the 24-hour economy? Equipment about before so I implementing. Was it the next NDC government, NDC Mahama government will publish the strategic blueprint for the implementation of the 24-hour economy policy upon assuming office. Or since Omoba Bemwa, Omoba publish strategic Omopaso at the IS Edgeman, Omo de Betuja Magana for you. 1, businesses and companies that wish to take advantage of the incentive packages under the policy will be required to voluntarily sign on to the 24-hour economic policy. And in your pese, modem hudomun, Yabama Kwana Muama Frimupimu, na modem Haba Beshim, to say the 1D1F Ecoson. Number 2, companies that are already running 24/7 will automatically be captured under the policy and provided with the necessary incentives. And you make what do I cast almost 24/7 economy. No, a bunch say almost so just automatically mama beka home and webi was about the mama so or so at the bemamo. Number 3, a new employment act which will among other things set out the regulatory framework for 24-hour economy will be passed in consultation with organized labor, AGI, and other relevant stakeholders. The act will complement the existing labor law. Labor Act, or say a mrafo from a money a year labor organization and no more association of Ghana industries no. Umeshe mrase be na jo mo ko yedwuma no se de mrase be ba ebebo mo ho ban na abehye se bi o emra ye wo Ghana di apadi ho ebra. Number 6, what will the next NDC Mahama government do to enhance efficiency and productivity in the already existing 8-hour work system in public institutions? At the end NDC abambeye so mo ba ba mu a na say eye aban enyumeku ahodo mo de omo ye adwuma don hwere nwotwe na omapo na de no be ye de afa ho. Question chese bibisa no yom de abani. We shall consciously promote discipline and efficiency in the already existing 8-hour work schedule in public institutions and a new additional work shift by introducing appropriate measures to root out practices that militate against efficiency and productivity in public sector. Almost all mobile say suni baby a emwa ema ba adwumakuo dodo no an ntromo nya adwuma no mobile so monde enhyehye begu akwamo na timi esi ano kwanse de be ya almost betimi aye adwuma me nya omoso mfaso de. Question number 7. Are there any countries or cities currently implementing a 24-hour economic policy or strategy? Obisa say, Krofo Bisa say, your mind be anasi kubi a yakasi 24-hour economy no most of the year jumana. I know your Monday ebony. Yes, all the major and most prosperous economies in the world operate various degrees of 24-hour economies. These include the United States, where nearly 30% of labor force work at night, and the United Kingdom 90%, Germany 12%, and France 7%. In Africa, Kenya is contemplating a 24-hour economy. The city of Sydney, the capital of New South Wales in Australia, is currently implementing a 24-hour economic policy strategy. Just to mention few, our 24-hour economic policy will be tailored and implemented to suit Ghana's economic context. We say, or might be to say, America memo, okwa adwuma for mo no beso ha mabu pen duasa omo ye adwuma 24/7 anajo no mo ye adwuma okọ ma be say United Kingdom ha mabu pen dunkuno, Germany ha mabu pen du, France ha mabu pen enso o se ya kase Kenya for cry dwendwen ho so mo so be 24-hour economy o so call ye cry friend Sydney ye New South Wales or ye Australia almost so adom ye 24-hour economy ni bi afisi so mo be se o mo ne chepa begu akwam na Ghana ye nso betimi ahweso aye de se de ebetumi aboaye. Question number 8. Some critics says that since the 24-hour economy cannot be legislated, it is a bad idea. Are they right? Or say bidum busa say esan say sa policy ya mahama say or dey eba no yemfa nko emra enteche nintino enye adwempa obisa say sanity anu yodi abanye or say they are totally wrong no mo kan enye ntwaye or say as a development strategy it does not have to be legislated. However, it will be supported by a strategy document, including a policy framework, which will be produced after the launch of the NDC 2024 manifesto. What say? And yes, the attorney say, a policy, a share bane ede ba modern crata be shechiri. A bechirimu said the Jumadi ni besia yina na so mo launch 2024 manifesto no omode enchirimu nyina so beba. Number 2, the document will be closely aligned with the party's manifesto and the coordinated programs for social and economic development policies, which every president is required by the Constitution to present to Parliament within 2 years of assuming office. Wase shisheni inyuma shishia omode beba said ye Ghana mrane shese obia ye to abama be o mampani a ewie emfie mienu ntem no e wo se wo do shishia no pono kokoto mra shebedwa fie ni sa pepepe no so ebeye no. 3. On the basis of the policy framework, different types of legislation such as New Employment Act, first of its kind, as well as law to strengthen Ghana's import substitution and export drive, employees' rights and consumer welfare will be enacted to support the strategy. Wase enhyehyɛ mra hudu bia abane de beba ebeba adwuma for apadie hu ebra ewo memu a ebi mada no omo de beba omo behwe se afie niama hudu bi ekrefa ma no ne ba na omo betwa so na yaye de nyina wo Ghana ha se ne niama hudu ebetima ya wo Ghana de akwa ma na ne akwa koto no omo de beba adwumafo anasa paafo omo edi se adwuma no omo se bi ofa hudi omo wo na afie omo adwafo adwatonfo so fa hudi omo no omo de ne nyina strategy ne beba eyen hyehyɛ ye pono no afie so I say it's worth to note. It's worthy of note that safe tax measures, the essential services economy, and certain regulations, economic policies, and generally not legislated. However, once an enabling environment is created by government, businesses, individuals who aspire to be productive, competitive, and profitable, ultimately take advantage of such policy. Once abano aye say wabie kwantu obi abetima ye adwuma tetere adwuma mu abetimi akoye no ankrankran nyuma ko no obi bia opese o fasa akonya no so bie na adwuma mu no onso betimi bie na adwuma mu ama na adwuma timi akoso. Also, for example, digitalization is not legislated as a matter of compulsion in and of itself. However, businesses which require digital platforms to be productive and profitable do take advantage of such digital platform once they are introduced by government. Digitalization, abe for quiet facility jumeno, yamfa mrabia church, and so crankwa nyuma kwa, omujumedi omufisi omubenyam, betima nam swapiju omujumedi no. Aband is anshene ba, omutimi faso, enyaso emfaso die. The tosubi will say, in as much as, or say, in much the same vein, a 24-hour economy will not be imposed on businesses. However, businesses who are being targeted by the 24-hour economic policy will, sign onto the program in order to take advantage of the attractive incentives and under the policy so as to reduce cost and enhance their competitiveness. This is what happens in all advanced countries running 24-hour economy. Wasi nkwankwa nyuma ku a wo memo mpese omdo ombekwa akodi sa adwuma mu no abade nhihye beba ene akade beba mo betimi ama adwuma no ayefo ede ama omo sele be metimi apija omunwoma akoyi na so kwa amaya tompo a omo ye 24-hour economy no a sa pepepe NSC eti e honum. Okay, so idea wapa that's the policy ne kase mi chirimu a. What time is it? It's 43 now. Breno ko ebeto aso se bia question bi bana se yantimi amoso a na yabani ababehwe ne akenkan ede amamonti. Mamentane na mra fimpanyimfo adwomadwa e wa ha se and the doctor last week now oni nkran to antimi ama and the doc ofidue ho national communication team member the government New Patriotic Party ofidue mo asanso ana yenua Alfred Kumi ono so Amanyuku afafranto anyamanyuku movement for change era language to maintain and on so video ma sanso na yenua Freddy mabuna no boaboa for me NDC Amanyuku ne fa UK ni Ireland and on so adwan ni studio abeja for na makwaba yenua achana komi ya de de radio ase papa meshe ene enkomo na se e de afri Kumi ho. Last week, I say a discussion. Yes, I'm so one case say you wanted to know the framework proposal and said in MSC. I say, "Oma release a day aba." So far, discussion at ECOSO, NDC for our model proposal eba. Any NPP seems to be opposing. Dr. Muhammad Obawumia, Agric Minister, the regional minister, other communicators. Aja is good. So also you have to know. Subjected to the critics who be criticizing Amanyama Kosono. Do you think, say, the policy is something that can help Ghana? And I say, as usual, it's for just political gain or votes?
Huntor, first of all, Mechia, Obibia, OTA, original TV, and then you may na Mada, Nyankupo, as I say, Yatim Kwemu as a country. There's peace. We are enjoying peace in this country. Now, Mada Ono production team, I say, until 24-hour economy is a good idea, but we must interrogate it.
Okay.
Until we say, why now? Why is NDC telling us they want to do 24-hour economy? Then Obia say, as a nation, are we ready? Well, if we are not ready, what are the preparation so that we can have such
the requirements
an economy? Now, on top, because in Kolabi, young people, maybe 12, 13, and now, Omotu Numbi. Alanchemantia na yenim. Alanchemantia na yenimo. Obiara ni o. Obiara ntiseno. Na menti ase na mbuza ase na mumu ni malanchemantin. O see the job man. The job man. Omuka na me say enne ma me question omu age say na modi an. Omu see die obia kan say onipa obetimi di ndwuma Abagana, no, Alan Tremantin. And nobody in this country has that track record of jobs. Me betina incompetent days, ne, Ghana for who be a Juma. The presidency share John Mahama and some Yehun Juma. And maybe Muko Yeden, or Muko T, yesterday, graduates are my day. Unemployed graduates. MPP issue by ye who meduma. I'm a moon nap kwama and net nap for cry as he and Bimuka. But the Biamika say, a message is as good as the messenger. Into you say, at times it can say, hey, Aqua with you. So, I say, Shesro, not just say, Shefom. The credibility of whoever is giving a promise is important. Already, you know, a portion, I say, they said they will implement it when they come, they will bring a blueprint of it when they come into government. You know, there's
the blueprint also say a more launch of manifesto for 2024.
So more launch of manifesto. Oh, they may do a certain portion, actually, but we have to ask ourselves: is NDC just promising because a little research I've done shows the NDC has also promising, or they are just throwing dust in the air to make the because political promises in order to what? Gain votes. Ghana needs serious business. We are tired as a nation. And Ghana is not looking for another political party. Ghana is looking for a leader. And as I've always said, if there's anybody that can provide us that leadership now, it's Alan Chemantin. I can promise you on authority, say, but the little I know, I mean, it's going to come out for everyone to know. In 24 months, our GTP, Great Transformational Plan, one of the things it wants to do in the first 24 months of Alan Chemantin's presidency is to bring 1 million jobs to the good people of Ghana. Looking at the agriculture sector, in Agric, we are looking at how livestock production and Brian and Miko radio soon discussion be now. I think pato pato and raise issue be we had to do a phone call. Say Parliament almost cancel some maybe importable almost cancel. Now there as a country, we have to be self-reliant. That is another thing GTP is bringing. So before you can get to a 24-hour economy, you are putting up a certain structure where people know, say, you just don't get up and do a 24-hour economy. As Okrobusa say, where is your energy supply? Because energy distribution is a problem in this country. And the energy experts, they are not able to talk because about politics. How are we distributing energy? Pipelines, yes, that's what I say. West African pipelines, no. How is Ghana going to own them? Because when him say the national grid, and ye free with homes, then the majority and quality of it goes into the industry. So this is not just idea see a better adanko dada ade. Sa na bi mu bo po jida sada ne sa anyoma no yes a confirm dwane ye no. We don't have time for that. You know, you should know MPP and NDC. MPP and NDC, these are your things. NDC for anyone who would sada buy. State it and practical. Eddie did a buy. I'm catch you say I confirm dwane. And NDC for one kind. Say confirm dwane. Mo say I confirm dwane ko Burkina. Me boa. Because NDC for the car who said it. Oh. Until you are in this country, you know it.
I'm in this country. I'm in this yes.
So you never heard it.
I'm in this country, and I've never heard NDC or government official or anybody call NDC say it's a confirmed.
I confirmed. What happened at Jida? What happened at Sada?
Genesis.
Me Busau.
Because me,
yeah, journalists, you know all these things.
I don't. Apart from this, is what I know. The meaning about Savannah Accelerated Development Authority. In me a case of Monkonkodia. Somebody wrote article. I don't know. I allegedly say in Miano. Na say Miana Woodia. You can imagine say Miana Woodia. Any unconfirmed there. Where are they? But UDS for report on me the past in Miano Woodia and 85% of the trees planted in the survive.
Where were the evidence?
And
where was the evidence?
Go, maybe you have to go and look for the
and
UDS.
Then this is something that we have to bring it back.
UDS for report. If you like, I can Google and get it.
It's important. Some of these are the things Ghanaians want to know. But Say obi betina no catch us 1 million jobs are here from butterfly. We are not just going to do those speculations. So we know where we are getting them from. When say pharmaceutical industry, is one of the biggest in the world. Ghana we must build our pharmaceutical industry. When it comes to Alan Chemantin, his vision is to make Ghana the production hub of Africa. Because you catch on near Africa, you produce here.
Pharmaceutical companies as a trade minister.
I like that. You know, I like that. Have you heard of the Anchor Industries?
No.
So when he became trade minister, one of the things who say Ghana's economy in here a certain source of funds be amanaso economy. I know here 2 Anchor Industries. The first one was the automobile.
I'm talking about pharmaceuticals.
I'm giving you a point. So let me land. You've given me the point. So let me land. The first Anchor industry was the automobile industry. And the second was the pharmaceutical industry. It's part of the reason why you produce vaccine in Ghana. That's one. NS Chemist has a big factory which was developed under 1D1F in Tema. So what are you talking about?
Pharmaceutical companies we have in this country, Tobinco and NS Chemist, all of them started manufacturing of drugs. Not
in the large scale. You see,
they did it in a large scale.
They were not doing it in a large scale.
A company like Tobinco.
You see, let's be fair to the facts.
Yeah, that's the fact I'm telling you. A company like Tobinco, after Mahama or NDC such a consensus, or give a year financial support to almost all the pharmaceutical companies in Ghana. All of them survived. Tobinco established another company called Entrance Pharmaceuticals. All manufacture drugs in Ghana.
Nobody is disputing the fact that Tobinco did not manufacture drugs or not. But media demand and I meet me do one dance here. Yeah, from reports I know. And that's chemists for now and say because of the support they've gotten from the trade ministry, they are doing more than they used to do.
Okay.
So and also what can one say?
Then
the mining industry. Even before I even go to the mining, the transport industry. There's something that we are going to introduce. The National Work and Pay Policy.
And it's saying?
Yeah, democracy, yeah, property owning democracy. One of the things we want to do is to let people own their business.
MPP's ideology, but that's not the democracy the whole country is.
Well, but don't you have your own properties? Don't you do your own business? That's fine. But don't
property owning democracy.
That's fine. Ideology. I understand. But don't you want to own your own properties?
Why not?
Yes. Don't you want to do your own business? You want every business to be government. The people must have opportunity to do business so that they can be paid the money that they want to be paid. I said, no brain, no deal, and yet they are coming. So we movement for change, led by Alan Kojo Chemanti, we are bringing solutions. Now we can pay then you uban from tractors, ayedeye, agri kinema, to tipper trucks for construction. And then ube uze na tipper be a parky.
Maybe you have to wait for you to also launch or give your policy statement. Say the bear is with me approve.
GTP opportunity say
GTP is something that will carry a brow era launch declaring intention to contest and all kind of issue.
You didn't even give us the opportunity to talk about GTP. You see, the reason is that let me tell you.
Maybe GTP.
Yes, it's true, but making an address.
The analysis so I give you the breakdown. Now, the question is, with this 24-hour economic proposal by the NDC and Jordan Bani Maham, from your point of view, is this something feasible? Ebetimi Abua Ghana, and I say, Enya de Abua Ghana, you want to.
So, when don't make catch say, idea last week, make catch idea be warriors in Bia, but the timing and who is saying that they are coming to do it, credibility is important.
Okay.
Those are the things we need. Idea be good, say, meka sɛ metime kunantwi ana meboa sɛ me Kofi ababio mete radio we so na meka kyerɛ sɛ metime kunantwi eboa na mete TV we so original wo Sammy Huntor wo ye me host e ka kyerɛ sɛ metime kunantwi ana meboa.
Okay. Doc, yeah. What's your critique about 24-hour economy? And also, do you think, say, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, Yura, Bernard Champon, and the regional minister, no, do they really understood the policy, no, before more passive or more critics about it?
I'll make sure be Huntor, any your crew members, and many of them so I wish I mean, 3 key things stood out on the Kumi conversation. What happened to SADA? We now can't say every policy will be good, but integrity is key. Inti obi bana obi bisao asem obe kan asem material obe shawbo or no obi din komo. Then you ask yourself, I say onipa na oni mi din komo no or ye hwan. Who is the person? What does he or she stand for? And then what the person's track record. And based on those things, that will form your integrity to enable me trust you. Based on your utterances, to enable me believe you or otherwise. And I also be sir, Yenuya Kumise, Mr. Chematin, any opportunity as trade minister from President Kufuor's administration to this current administration, and then and Awayama Matsuka companies. It's the same question we would ask Mr. Mahama and his NDC. I say, Nemana Mose Mo Bayeno, a Diana Moyema Ghana for when you had the power, when you stood in front of everyone. Emma can say you are the most fortunate vice president ever, because President Mills left you a lot to do. And now President Mills, unfortunately, and you had about 6 months to end Prof. Mills' administration, and you had a four years for your own administration. What did you do for Ghanaians? What are your track records for us to compare and believe? What is your integrity coming into these elections? You understand? So I'll take each of the conversations and the highlights I've made to answer your question. First of all, the regional minister's remark he made, we all know, so it's on the lighter side. He said it to arouse a certain atmosphere. If you are into communication, you understand some of these dynamics that you pass it in comment to arouse. He is trying to tell you that whatever you say you are proposing, near NDC for a proposal, Sebi, it is not nationalistic in the sense that let's even come to the nature of Ghanaian economy, which is mainly agriculture. Are you telling, like he asked the right question? Okay, for 24 hours.
Is that what the policy says?
To agriculture now, agriculture includes farming.
Or say agri-processing. Agri-processing.
So that means the majority of people, you free JSS, it's a Ghanaian economy. And Nipa Bebre are into agriculture. We the major cities and towns, if we were, most of the Ghanaian people are dwelling in agricultural zones. Almost of them are they part of your non-stop economy? That's the question he was asking. Are they part of your non-stop economy? And answer them. You understand? So we will dissect it and get into it. So first of all, analysis I will make achievement of Mr. Chematin when he was MPP minister. It shows that near Kumi points to the fact that Mr. Chematin, as a minister of the cabinet, or administration, even from the President Kufuor's time to MPP's time, has done a lot. And that points to some of the achievements of the New Patriotic Party under one ministry. Secondly, we've spoken about the proposal by Mr. Mahama, and he rightly said, say election draw, people lie. That's what he told us in 2020. Let's say elections draw, just to win elections, people lie. So in order to accept or assess whatever he has said, let's go back to what he said and told you and I Catcher in 2012 before becoming president. If you go to the manifesto, I have it here, I can forward it to you. Oshegana Fobo. Esi Obeye Western whatever development authority for the people of the West. Oshegana Fobo. Esi Obeye Eastern Corridor roads. Oshegana Fobo. Esi he would at least manage GDP growth of at least 8% every year within the 4 years. Oshegana Fobo. Specifically,
in the manifesto,
I can. It is here. I can forward it to you.
Yeah, maybe
it is here.
To fast check.
I'll forward it to you.
Okay.
I mean, I can't go through every item at this point, but I can forward it to you now. Oshegana Fobo, he will not do budget deficit of about 5% in his time. We also budget deficit during his time. Oshegana Fobo, Sada regions no. Ekoshe ni nuanom ana ye nuanom ewo northern part of Ghana. Ese oba obi create savannah region for them. Oshe omubo so the Sada eba. Oshe omubo ma journalists including you. Oshe omubo. Ese obeti journalist welfare fund or development fund with a seed capital of 1 million Ghana cedi. It's all in the manifesto. I'm forwarding it to you. Now when you have time, you read it and you come and help Ghanaians to tell Ghanaians, say, this is what Mr. Mahama said. And whether or not, I forwarded it to you. It's this same NDC that told us that they are coming to do NHIS one-time premium payment. NHIS.
And also Mahama manifesto.
You will never, it's the NDC that promised that. He's coming on a ticket of NDC.
It's not about...
He's representing a party.
Your earlier can I say view no was say the messenger, which is the NDC, so which is the Mahama. So now it's not about NDC alone. It's about the messenger. It's about NDC.
It's about him and his NDC.
Fair enough.
The messenger is coming from a political party. The messenger is contesting on the ticket of a political party. Mr. Chermartin is not on any political party. So at this point, even though questions are asked about his maybe I will belong here and where he was, at this point, Mr. Chermartin is going independent. Mr. Mahama is coming from administration and not yet vice president to whom. See, they are coming to what? NHI one-time premium. So we can list them. I have forwarded it to you. You can go through. Journalist Development Fund, also OBBA Fund that are taking care of journalists. 1 million Ghana cedi as seed capital. 2012 manifesto. This is what you want election with. And then in 2020, they won't win it. 2016, won't win it. So you can be spared. The inconsistencies are from 2016 to Okada to Motri. It even shows the kind of leadership in the party. When President Akufo-Addo wanted to be president, he was deliberate in his message. I would demand Ghana for I would make sure basic education at least ends at secondary school level. And that has been our message from 2007 up to 2016. You jump from, I'll come and build mortuaries for Zongos, I'll legalize Okada, now you are saying something else. It shows you the lack of consistency in the person even giving you the promise of whatever he wants to do. So I've listed them for you. He promised to grow the economy by at least 8% during the 2013 to 2016, 17 or handing over, and we never saw that. He promised deficit of at least 5% or less. We never saw that. He promised the people of the northern part of Ghana, so Obeti, Sada, Savannah region. We never saw that. He promised the people of the western region, so Obeti Western Development Authority. We never saw that. He launched a whole project, Obesi Hope City, with how much money? 10 billion Ghana cedi Hope City. In the end, Ghana became a hopeless city. We were riddled and saddled.
State-funded project.
Whether that is a president giving you, we say either private or state or individual or partnership. So I am coming to give you a Hope City.
Mahama can't also be my Hope City.
Who launched the Hope City?
Nipa or launch here, Mahama. But that project was not government. It was RLG. Uba Metro TV. Original TV, original FA. It was commissioned by the president, Nana Akufo-Addo.
Mr. Mahama,
and that does not make it say a
Mr. Mahama went to launch RLG project of what? 10 billion Ghana
yes,
city
that one is a
Hope
fact,
City,
but
which never materialized.
So
Mr. Mahama, per what you are saying, went to launch RG's project of building a Hope City, costing what 10 billion Ghana city, which never materialized. Mr. Mahama, as vice president, together with his boss, the late Prof. Mills, SOBC STX, or the STS Bagana, Ecofa Chinese Bagana, Ebekate Sword, CABC accommodation for security services, it never materialized. Mr. Mahama promised you, as a journalist, he is coming to set up development fund for you in his manifesto. Our the rule here, it never materialized. Mr. Mahama promised to do Eastern Corridor roads, it never materialized. Mr. Mahama promised economic growth of at least 8% during his time as president, it never materialized. That is the person. At the end of the day, he come for cold stores, hairdressers, seamstresses, tailors, electricity. For 4 good years, Mr. Mahama could not provide light, and to also be provided light. No what chebi, Mr. Mahama could not provide light. Emma, if you go to the hospitals, doctors doing surgical time, surgeries, now the light is off. People died needlessly under his government because he could not provide light for 4 years. The man sat there, cholera, common cholera, provide ORS, any drips, Emma hospitals to manage cholera. He sat down for 200 Ghanaians to die innocently. The problem is that he put us into darkness for 4 years. That is the fact. Now, he put us for Dumso for 4 years. And you can mention Dumso, then you go to the steps further to ask, what were the precipitating factors for those times we had Dumso? All international and local reports that came during his time clearly said the problem was fiscal. We couldn't buy gas from West Africa, but from Nigeria. It is a fact. The fact is that his legacy is that he gave you Dumso for 4 good years. On your koto generator, eba ni fie, ese odebe power electricity because what a demo yeshi, a dear chin, a conform by a generator nintino. Na generator na a catch fire. A man needlessly. That is the message. So if the person comes back, also by my tax incentive, your own ministers, your MPs are in parliament. I see Yama 45 companies tax incentives, tax holidays, but you are proposing in your slogan. Say, Oba, you are coming to give tax reliefs and tax incentives to company. Double standards. Your MPs are kicking or fighting against such policy or such idea by this government, but it is in your plan or blueprint or whatever. So you are coming to give tax holiday. So then what is it? It clearly shows the lack of consistency, as I've already tabled, within the NDC and whatever they want to put out. But us in the NPP, we believe, first of all, we came, we saw, and we conquered. The foundation of every economy to thrive and to work overtime is a matter of demand and supply. Which companies did NDC set up?
Prepare to land. Which
companies did NDC set up to make way for a certain economy that does not sleep? We can boast that we introduced 1 district, 1 factory, and we have over 126 factories which are functioning. He should tell us 1 factory. I will set it up under 126. 126 factories. We have employed 140,000 people under 1D1F. 140,000 people under 1D1F.
I don't know if we're going to talk about this one. As a MP for Tafo. This morning, now OTTV3, say factories are banned, say your operational is about 49.
My source is not from myself. My source is not from him.
I employ.
My source is not from Asifwa.
20,000. Anyway,
you can kindly go and ask. You can kindly go and ask Asifwa. Mention 1 factory.
Bro, you see, let's
mention
Asifwa to parliament.
It doesn't mean he knows everything. That is why you read about it. That is why you hear budget. No, these are the people. That's why you. When we finish the budget, let me tell you something. This is how they are. This is how the NDC is because you hear budget. No, the Sammy Huntor, I don't know whoever. You should forgive me. SND a template of or say taxes are yedaba, where the minister said. You trap 15% property rate.
Okay, you've done 40 minutes.
The taxes, all right. So they will always listen to people that they believe are higher than them and take their words as true.
How does
but they do not have any integrity to do whatever.
And also a year 24-hour economic policy.
Oh, the kind medical chair for you, and my chair, minion no more woman on Nina. Now, my bompire said, send me ye dima minion no Macassa and sounds so not Omobe D. Amamayede, Macassa. That 24-hour economy now, President Mahama a proposal. It's only somebody. In fact, or yeah, economics novice no nim the koso. Even the big countries na in home, the UK, the US, the Chinese and all those big countries, France ni na area. Now, what is all this 24-hour economy? Now, if you look at our system, for instance, President Mahama A-level power no, now unemployment rate was 8%. Now, if you look at the statistics for 2021 to 2022, I mean, look, I say 14%. That means mebunu dudu na nenye den eni adwumaye. Now, if you look at our economy, for instance, as well, akofem, because we share a member bonia, President Akufo-Addo ni baumia abebu omanya, pusi omabo. In fact, we don't have any physical space to even borrow until 2027. Now, so the point is, how can we solve problems like this? How can we solve that problem for those people? That's why the 24-hour economy is buying. Now, this 24-hour economy is actually to come and give more employment for our people. So we are going to use whatever we have as Ghanaians to support various businesses in order to expand the scope of more employment. Now, show be to say a company be to say Unilever. Unilever here production of say or produce say 1,000 products within a day, 7 to maybe 10. Now, that's what ton idea be about 10 cities our market. President Mahama say he's going to give you the enabling environment for you to give more production or be more enabling environment to send out bit my day, obey me a new money be bring. Now it's me about market and also I at the atom. The energy tariff I use to Hunter. When himself from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. no, and ye use your energy capacities in Nina. Now from that 10 p.m. no, to the next 7 a.m. no, we have an excess of 200 megawatts. Besides that 200 megawatts from 10 p.m. no, to 6 p.m. no, say energy capacity in here the other. President Mahama said, we utilize that energy, but utilize that energy capacity, no. Now, year production, now creating more employment for minimum as a member. It is then also person or person the night and day tariff the eba. So, for instance, utia £1, utia 1 CD for 1 cent of energy I'll use for that day now. Or say, member of Uber 50 CDs in the night,
which is
so
50 pesos.
50 pesos. So imagine say my tin tomatoes way anopa. Now me turn 10 CDs our market with one CD. Now say me produce the same tomatoes na najo. Produces the same tomatoes no anajo with 50 pesos now. With the same price on the market now, who company na any was 50 pesos. Now me na can na kuafo ba koye you see. These are simple. And we process such things in the night. Now I back to the market. Into Krianino, in tomatoes, no, our warehouse now, as uncle finding tomatoes, no, and Besilo Lokama name pro, or the Beba factory. Aquacoton. Now, if you have your wasanyo money be our market, ukona tin tomatoes to those who market, they are price in a bay. Tin tomatoes bobede, ebe kofem. This is a visionary leader. Now, obi be busa say na me kwa adwuma na adwoa. Na me security is saying President Mahama said under this 24-hour economy package, obey increase our police service. It imagine say who police service, who employ 1,000 people are. With this 24-hour economy, how much will you employ? How much are you going to employ? You increase your employment in terms of police service, because you create Alanchamatin. Alanchamatia Miatia says, Baumia is one of the most incompetent people to lead his own party. On Rangazankasa, Alanchamatia was, in fact, Hope Sinadoye, Amia Jia to say, Ghana phone Yanjin to say, Baumia a nipebia uchantro, even Google crowd, Google Sisia Krana is there. Say, the biggest liar in Ghana, Baumia, and I'm not Troy. Let me guess what I say. In fact, Adenimo also made the same comment. Say, Baumia is not one individual. You should be trusted with the economy. In fact, President Akufo-Addo in 2008, Baumia, or see, me ko ye economist aba or the nsaso economy mu a in fact ye be to say Korea and the economy in fanewo. You have a leader, President John Dramani Mahama, with various policies or the by Osimesi Kotoka International Airport and in fact, look at the number of people that Kotoka has employed. Kotoka International Airport has employed. Look at the services. Look at the revenue that Ghana is raking in from Kotoka International Airport. Messi MPP impo one international airport or mabesi impo ayenya so fast one school. In fact, Ridge Hospital, University of Ghana Hospital. In fact, most of these MPP MPs and ministers in Ghana was there. Messi omumbo one hospital or more simple and try. One hospital, omuntimi more hospital. Factories are more can Messi besine omumbo one factory crunch. In fact, na minueka pharmaceutical companies. Any 2016. Mahama inject 27 million into our pharmaceutical industries. And then Baumia and Bonchre. In fact, you have your own president telling us, "Onuko 1 year need to finish no." Or say what jet to say, "What am I winning? Koyena the oba for frono and a bit me CC." In fact, we can mention as many as we want. But one thing I'll tell Ghanaians is that 24-hour economy is a game changer. They should subscribe to this. You see. Young ones now mobile. Take advantage of this 24-hour economy. Build up your own businesses. Create more businesses. And in fact, register business and take advantage of this. Because you're going to get tax incentive. You're also going to get energy tariff both day and night. We all can use that one to work. I'm urging all Ghanaians to say that 24-hour economy is something that we all have to embrace. Most of the economists are all embracing such policy.
That's it. My main and kind Facebook comment kakrana for maybe WhatsApp na yeto issue no so. Where are you? I'm also saying you be my comment on Facebook. First one, Yemia Nat B was say I know this will happen. What do you think? Then I will okay. I think that Facebook is giving us challenges. Okay. Or say they don't want to listen to wisdom. Me pacho technical mun check Facebook sound no as ebienu anum bi enti yenka e wo Facebook. But it's clear. It's clear so anti maybe check from your end. Yenu anum am complaining about sound no. Now I mean can WhatsApp messages kakre. Na yentwaso. We say, Huntor, good evening. This is our useless vice president does not respect our intelligence. Ghanaians, see, he should be able to give us Ghanaians good alternatives, but not to condemn this fine policy from Hamson K. by the violation of the Abreye. We say, Mr. Huntor, please inform President Akufo-Addo that my wife is currently on duty at the finance ministry demanding her money stolen by finance minister. I want to know whether the 24-hour economy had taken off. We say, from Positive Change Medina, I say every Ghanaian had known Baumia too well now, and what he stands for. No serious person in this country takes him serious. Again, because he has nothing fruitful and useless for us going forward. The only hope we have now is GM and his 24-hour economic transformational agenda. The 24-hour economic agenda is for job creation and putting money into our pocket. Vote for change come 7 December 2024. Votes GM and the NDC. We say good evening, Huntor. Please tell the disappointed MPP butterfly man that 24-hour economy has come to stay. Yenia Ransford Oyarefa Special. and they abre. Tell the MPP man that they cannot deceive us again. How many people are employed in that dirty one district, one factory? Useless policy. Yenia Matthias Tamale Nidieni. Good evening, my name is Nathaniel Klein, or say from Atebubu, Bono East, or say God bless you for your good work. Keep it up. Or say 24-hour policy as proposed by the former president is good. But my question is to the NDC party is, do we have the jobs at all, or they will create the jobs when they come to power? Well, say good evening, Original TV. Please ask the Alan guy, one or say, which party is he coming from before Alan party? Number 2, why Alan didn't support NPP with his ideas? 3, man, I don't buy his idea. Alan has nothing for Ghana. We say good evening, Hunter. Does the Afranfranto man knows Alan very well? Hunter, even you yourself doesn't know that. I say that it was Alan who sold Ghana's embassy house in USA. It was Alan when he was Ghana's ambassador to USA and Akufo. Let the butterfly mind understand. When the campaign starts, we shall hear the story of Alan from Men's Pokwase and Pokwase among from Nadia Bray. We say I'm obeying George, watching you live from Abetifi Kwewu. So on these people are empty-headed and full of lies only. We say good evening, Sammy. We Ghanaians did not expect the useless, clueless, visionless, and toilet-touting individuals like Baumia, who in his illusionary state believes that one Ghana card is better than 1,000 interchanges. Now, he says people can buy car on credit with Ghana card, forgetting people don't even earn any salary. Baumia must be educated that without Ghana card, people are buying cars on credit. What a shame that every sick person can put himself up for election. The 24-hour economy clearly is for sensible Ghanaians and neglected NAPCO trainees, not super incompetent, corrupt Baumia, the liar. What is Kumi saying about credibility? Alan is the second most discredited person to Baumia. We can now forget about cash for seat by Alan. Kumi must know that. JM. Okay. Message in those moments as well. Wait, Mr. Host, please kindly ask the MPP man this question for me. What is the purpose of taking 10% tax from bet winners? Senior man, Bizu, Ed Rashford, the Rashford University College, East Legon, or the Abraham. We say, good evening, Sammy Huntor. My name is Rashacha from Yapi in the Central Gunja. Alan Tremartin, Dr. Mohamed Baumia, and the MPP government created this mess upon Ghanaians together. Alan should give us a break. Visionary leader John Dramani Mahama built this country economy, fixed Dumso, and built schools, hospitals, and roads. NPP government and Dr. Mahmoud Baumia collapsed everything John Dramani Mahama put up to 0%, and take us 9 years backwards. Dumso started since DG and Kufuor era, and they were managing it. And John Dramani Mahama boldly said, I will fix Dumso, and he surely fixed it. What a visionary leader. But see, now he is coming out with 24-hour economic policy to revamp and support our businesses again. So please, Ghanaians, vote massively for NDC and John Dramani Mahama. Come to 7 December 2024. We say good evening, Brother Sammy, and your guest. Brother Sammy, it is only this MPP government. If they mention someone's name as PhD holder, you have to wait and see the wisdom the person will bring out before if you can credit the person that title. Look at the person you call doctor, talking like 4-year-old child who started his or her school from KG. I dare him to mention all the promises they have made to Ghanaians since 2016 and the number of them in which they were implemented up to now. I got Tim of Johnson or the Abba. You can say doctor or a professional doctor, and yet a doctor say professor, but he's a professional doctor. And you can agree to disagree, but to go down there, sometimes you have to be careful. I continue, I may not read your message. Good evening, my brothers. I'm a Frane Electrical Parkosu Estate Kumasi. I see you are really doing well in terms of bringing factual information and accurate news items. So I'm urging you to keep on with the good journalistic integrity. We say, Mr. Huntor, tell the MPP man on your program to proceed to Finance Ministry to pay my wife her money their party had stolen. Shameless criminals. We say, Mafia, I wish to be on your program one day and tell those small boys my mind. There's no small boys here. I will be on your virgin. Once in Panya virgin or your small boy. Or see, they don't know how hot Ghana is because they have sold dear mines to MPP and the butterfly. Men spoke say a man from the Abre. We say, good evening, my brother. This is one thing about the MPP guys. They don't understand anything about politics. So why do you bring them on your platform? They always beat around the bush. We say, Hunter, I somehow respect this guy, but I lost my respect for him. My wife delivered my first child in 2006 while she was in labor, and the doctors are about to take her into the theater. Bam, light off from 5 o'clock p.m. to 8 o'clock a.m. next morning. So now is he telling me that 2006 Mahama was the president? He should go and check his party MPP records and come back again. Liar to the core. Agbeku. Akrani Tanodiwe free at the Abre. What is this? Bodam. This is Mary, right? I may be right, I may be wrong, but I may also say. These are some of the things John Dramani Mahama brought to survive the Dumso problem. To solve Dumso problem, we have in this country, and where the excess power that MPP was talking about comes from. Under Nanado, banks, TVs, and radio stations have collapsed. We are not fools to buy your lies again. Thieves, God will punish you. Okay. Charlie, yeah, I'm breaking. I'm messages in the Now, let's go. Ghana, a Jumako friend, Tama Ori Fandu, near Jumako be Anya Ghana, the friend a year Torenko. Omo conscious Apam Senka Torenko, no Baby take over the management and operations of the year, Tama Ori Refinery, now Omasha Sal Refining Oil. Arches, a BBA Guswa, even last year, beginning of this year, Napo Katre and say, Omo share program, now said a bit my petrol crab boy me alcohol. But Attorney General office here an assessment and was said that company called Terenco no money credibility, they don't have financial capacity to take over a company like that. My mission is for Doctor Ho. Doc, a dear man in the first place, Minister of Energy. Energy must say this company cry no more cry and shall see to 2 years. It give it timeline only for us to be told that the company didn't have even the integrity and the financial capacity. Similar to what happened to a PDS from president, subsequent year presidents, and then requirement also a day bano. Yes, say subsequent year requirement in the Fabra. The same thing, no money capacity on the buy. Thanks to that Attorney General. In the first place, a dear background chest burn a ban through the Ministry of Energy or Modia Kudisam Persona.
And to go to that, a quick way to address a few things. This is one of the saddest moments of my life on political discussions. I say the integrity of Obi flag bearer has been tainted, has been mad, all sort of factual evidences labeled against Obi flag bearer, and will be in an attempt to tell Ghanaians and say, "And you're true, no? You have 5 minutes on Dr. Baumia." It shows clearly
they don't have any message.
NDC doesn't even believe the credibility of Mr. Mahama. I thought when the allegations, and especially the things I'm quoting from your own manifesto, and then I say, why doom so for 4 years? Is it true or not? Incompetence for 4 years. Is it true or not? You promised GDP growth of 8% for 4 years. We never saw that. Is it true or not? Budget deficit also by less than 5% within your tenure. Is it true or not? Sada, your own people. One of the things that hurts me, Kumi, I'm a cool man. If today, even with that position, we all go out, gather support, mobilize a few things, say you go back to the place we come from to go and help the people. Mr. Mahama and the NDC got an opportunity and said to his own people, our brothers and sisters in the north, so I'm coming to set up SADA. Now, Medabuamo. Ovieno. And also, a comma will be 300 cities. That's one fan Konya and Sebi Preco. No, then about Parliament House. As in my State of the Nation address. Now I'm giving evidence. If we are nearly $15 million, Eko share and confirm. And you whom confirm Bakupo. If we are nearly $5 million, Eko afforestation project. You will be a war. But you gave someone 300 cities. And now then about Parliament. So by State of the Nation address. And you are showing evidence. So if indeed 300 cities now the man will be a known to terminal a free the northern part. So of our cows, of our flight to, and then about Parliament House. No. Imagine what $15 million I declare confirm na young confirm Bakupono would have done for the people. If indeed who believe it's 300 cities and make a difference in someone's life. Reason why I didn't better now Parliament. What could $15 million have done? The $5 million that went into the afforestation project. So 300 cities and make it life in the life of someone. So 300 cities now make it life, changing. What wouldn't the $5 million now, Muslim that could be have done? And I thought, your platform, or be catch the Ghana for, send no correct, or be catch the Ghana for the unprecedented achievement. Mr. Mahama, and I own an opportunity. I see, I count all these things against your flag bearer. Respond to it, and I crusade about Dr. Bawumia. It shows how much Dr. Bawumia is occupying people's minds. So that is the disappointment.
Let me pause your time. Let me pause your time.
On this show.
When I pose the question, I asked you to critique the proposal 24-hour economy. You took upon yourself, say, for you to believe, say, a possible and a possible crano. Nipa no de ba no ni credibility. So he went into Mahama's credibility. And who can some of you say because of that Mahama any credibility to even implement that? Okay, based on the same logic. He also took you on and your flag bearer. Oye Dr. Mahama Bawumia. HSF for you cry to ask Mahama, say Mahama, we say this, we said that, we say this is also credibility challenger.
It wasn't. I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. It wasn't a rebuttal to me.
Resume your time.
You asked him a specific question. I said the previous speakers have said this about your flag bearer. What is your response to it?
The same way I asked a specific question, but you decided
on the economy, I don't want to even go there because Ghanaians know.
Okay. You have 2 more minutes to talk about
the economy does not sleep. The economy does not sleep. If the NDC and Mr. Mahama aren't aware, the hospitals do not sleep. Pharmaceutical companies do not sleep.
It's a lie.
Security hospitals, I'm a doctor. I'm telling you. Which
hospital
doesn't work?
You see,
which hospital doesn't work?
Take your time.
Are you in Ghana? Are you in Ghana? You're obviously not in Ghana. He's obviously not in Ghana. So you to organize that. That's why I don't want to go there because Ghanaians know you. We are coming to increase security to provide what? This government has employed 5,000 personnel to the police alone, has given 3 aeroplanes to the police, 2 armored cars, 1,500 motorbikes, 100 upon 100 vehicles. They're talking about coming to increase security and the security services. Everyone knows about the economy. Hospitals do not sleep. Pharmaceutical companies do not sleep. TV stations, radio stations do not sleep. Go to Osu, people do not sleep. So what are you talking about? You're coming to an economy that does not sleep. And I said, obviously, a shot, I got in a bank and a joke. I might see Juma all the time. And I said, so I do not want to even veer into that. Today, if you sit here, you wake up at 1 a.m., you can buy electricity. If you sit here, you wake up at 1 a.m., you can wake up and renew your NHIS. You sit here today, you can wake up at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., transact business within your bank account, your credit card, your Momo, mobile money interoperability. And the economy, what we have done and digitalization, the economy does not sleep. I didn't want to even go there.
5 minutes, he didn't comment about it.
I didn't even want to go there. The economy does not sleep. You don't know what you are saying. You had the opportunity to defend your flag bearer. I went on.
You have 5
minutes.
First of all, someone made, forgive me to say, by very useless comments. Alan, eton Ghana embassy. What do you hear? Or Ghana embassy no. What do you hear?
Sorry, I can't try some make on.
You see, this is the falsehood, lies that people peddle. What's that? Whoever said that is a very shameful person to even think of it. What's that? Obia at the age of 22. Now, Unilever. And who said this guy is brilliant? He's a manager. Do you know what it takes to be a manager? When Kufuor offered him an appointment, go and ask President Kufuor in his government. He didn't want to take it. So don't think, say, Alan Ebepe or BBB. Share politics, no. Eh, you mean a free nipa. Say, you know, you see ye BB edeboa. Politics, no. You mean a free.
So you mean Obibia or take political JDBR is a calling from God?
Well, it depends on Obiane and the motivation. That is what I
cannot going to mean categorically say politics and I mean a free. Because Obia on motive for
anyway, but Alan does not have any motive, say, on your BBB. Senior, you see some of these things that happen. You be man ko 4 years. I go through the process. If you are near Becca said, Becca said we can't. They can't go through because of credibility issues. Now, some now AG. Say, you know, we don't need these things. I keep saying that when things like this happen, people must be sacked. When I tell you, say ma Torinko Eko Caesar, people must be sacked. And when you have a president who is not looking to sack some of these people, then people begin to say a whole lot of things. You don't need this thing at this time. We need action, proactive leaders. You knew that people didn't have capacity, but yet still you signed a contract. Now could do say, I could take judgment debt. Now Gantua, now why you mean send be so. I mean, as a country, we need to be serious about some of these things. In the age, you all say, all stop your mono. Is he going to look at the people that have already caused financial loss to the state? Because once the process began, money has been spent. Charlie,
okay.
Charlie, we need to be serious as a nation. Some of these things, we shouldn't even be sitting here talking about it. Negligence of duty. Yente crass say AG actually Tama president says of fire and control. And he is only the AG has stopped it. And so what?
AG advises who to fire.
So you are telling me you are telling me that if the AG cannot no, I'm asking you also a question that the AG cannot advise the president on legal matters that a certain person is not working well.
The AG should write letter to president to sack people.
I'm saying that the AG can advise the president that negligence of duty, so people should be sacked.
Then situate it that way. As to say on your letter on who to fire there.
Not specifically say you are telling the president what to do.
So
but you are advising the president. Every minister advises the president. What are you sitting here talking about?
But advising can be in a form of letter.
The president should sack someone.
What's the advice? The advice can be in the form of letter.
You can give your opinion on the issue and submit it to the president. But
5
go
minutes
ahead and suggest.
Okay.
So we don't suggest to the president.
Someone
Hey, 5 minutes.
No, president,
you know a refinery. In fact, it was one of the profit agencies this government and this country have ever had. Tor is valued $700 million. $700 million. In fact, Tor made a profit during the NDC time. But since the Akufo-Addo's government came into power, in fact, Tor has gone on the losing spree. In fact, losing revenues. It's there. Now, share dealer or mupese Napo and any MPP. You see, they want to rent Tor for 6 years for $22 million. They are saying that, oh, refund, when you refund, the expectation of... Please,
Doc.
Charlie, take it. Wait,
you interjected me.
Charlie, please.
You interjected me.
You
interjected me.
Talk, Mamin, come on.
You interjected me.
Now, if you look at the dealer or more car, almost say, if Tor refund 8 million barrels, every month they are going to charge this Tomigo company $1 million. Now look at, I'm talking about the value of Tor, 700 million, and look at the deal that they are talking about. I rent a place for $22 million for 6 years. Expectation of refunding of oil for refunding of 8 million barrels per month. Now, on my rent of 1 million. Now look at that 1 million as compared to Sikane Befi oil numaba, as compared to the value of Tor Nankasa. It tells you that this Akufo-Addo's government are incompetent. And when I mean you can, Okache or no, Franto Kache or Suni, say, in Crawford Atrase, Omuni Majumani. Instead of Napo coming in from Amewu to listen or looking at the policies that the NDC put in place to make sure that Tor and your profits, they didn't do that. Untosa okay Tor levy.
Yeah, I remember.
Tor levy.
President
Mills came into power when we had Tor. No problems.
1.5 billion. I remember.
One of the Tor levy in a clear a canina. It imagines so betoka. Kufoka but or bottle homa Tor. Now President Mills ababe tia Tor. Na Tor asaya profit. Na Akufo-Addo aba bemwa or be good Tor to the extent say oh rented Tor a value of 700 million. Say we the more be 6 years. Say 122 million. And then you woman. Now busa who say and no say we have the men. It we have the men. But Omonkasanga say with a fracture. Omonti mi come adrian boom and revival Tor. And as Omon come adrian boom amateur and prophet. But Omuno Mubaye so called we have the men. Omno maybe good Tor. Is it not ashamed? Now she say Tor ye Juma and a Tor ye Juma. Ye fool soon in our betting. Mewa. Ye fool soon in our betting. It did your mu ye and if she taxes are. Your mother too so petroleum taxes are a diet taxes so VAT so ye. It imagines a Tor. Functionable. Most of these taxes in your engulfem. It shows you the kind of people that leads us, and they want another 4 years to mess up Tor again. They want another 4 years to mess up our economy again. We say our company one a share. Yet and then Asante Bedio to Abe issue statements. Oh, he's not part of it. But yet it is said, our company we Asante Bedio says actually.
But also I issue statements so on can't be.
Oh, me just say. Certain I mean use word and say, yet it say or share tree. So one share chira. What Baba issue statements, oh, be a woman be a nature. So MPP paying you for being share chira. How would you want to rent a whole Tor, a value of $700 million? Anya diketo. Anya diketo. Now sa Tor we crowd making crowd. Imagine say a government has come into power, a modernized Tor. To the highest level of refinery, it could have been valued more than $1 billion. But we are renting this for 22 million. Now we say company now abegino. Company now no abegino. So 6 years now their money 22 now. Oh gino say 6 years. Into every year be 1 million. Into oh gino say 6 million. Ka $22 million no. Plus 6 million 28 me boy. It will catch and say the whole Tama oil refinery will be for $28 million and budget almost $1 billion as profit. No fanko ni krum. Now we grant on employment to Krampun, Ghana for the descent of a farm. Which they say Akufo-Addo Bembo
What time? So I'm giving you additional 1 minute.
Okay. Now,
to wrap up.
We know actually say Vice President Baumia any vision bia because I only claims our own vision on his owner and go be two akufado for say anamoya mu tutui anya na mo pa but because I can't you know oye bia na obedi omachi enuti na ma lanchira matembe ka say Baumia has nothing to offer because anko will be to offer anka di onko betufu anko betu President Akufo-Addo any Napofu said your muya enye but me Ghanaians on say they should be citizens and not spectators. I'm very happy say the minority also deal with me because it's so shameful. Attorney General statement or can you imagine? Also even the company does not even have a credibility. It's the energy minister no, they know who yan sana or invited this company say Omumbra table so for even we have a discussion for a possible deal.
Okay.
It shows how poor this MPP government are.
All right,
in terms of
Doc,
vision.
you also have 1 minute to wrap up.
It's very obvious, you know, on Tegana, no wonder, you see. NDC, UK Ireland Youth Organizer.
No,
it's very obvious. You're not living in the country. Tell us which year. Total debt stands over $300 million. Tell us which year NDC made. I give. If I have the power.
2016.
If I have the power. Total debt. We don't pay the tier 2, tier 1 pension scheme of the workers. Total debt over the years. Or the ECG car. Total debt over the years. Or the Ghana company cano. Which year within 2012 to 2017? And I will make it profit to clear total debt. I'll revive it. If NDC revive, please. I listen to you. I listen to
say NDC make profit to pay the tea. Also, Professor Mills came.
Now you are talking to him.
No.
We all heard it.
I'm the host.
We all heard it. We all heard it.
This is what he said. Say, Kufuor let a debt.
And now Prof. Mills introduce here. And on the clear a debt.
And then we made
a profit. That's what he said.
How much? Please. I'm ready to cede my time. I'm not the host. I'm not the producer. I'm ready to cede my time. How much debt did President Kufuor leave? How much did you accrue from the debt to recovery levy, and how much did you pay? Such that TOR is owing over $300 million. You claim you had paid the debt, but TOR is still owing.
The question is,
tell us how much you made. President? You are here. We are here. You told us. Please. You are not in Ghana, so I understand you. You are not in Ghana. You are not in Ghana. Your West, emphatically. Please. It's my time. President Kufuor left a debt. That's what he said.
You said
if you are speaking for him, tell me you are speaking for him. If you are speaking for him, tell me you are speaking for him. I am going on my business. If you are speaking for him, if you are speaking for him, tell me you are speaking for him. If you are speaking for him, the person had made it's my. If you don't want me to talk,
first of all,
I'm analyzing what the person has said. I am analyzing what the person has said. If you don't want me to talk, tell me you don't want me to talk. I'm analyzing what I said. This is what the person. I'm only playing back what the person has said. You are the one interjecting me. I don't want to interject me. You are the one interjecting me. The person has said.
Is it true, said TOR near the car?
Are you done?
The answer is true.
Are you done?
TOR near the car.
Are you done, please?
Under Mampeni Kufuor near the car, 1.5 billion. It's a fact.
Are you done, please?
Is it true, said Professor Mills at the taxi? But yes, but the taxi. Is it true, said TI? True. Is it true, said TOR? This is a fact.
The person has told you. The person has told you. I see President Kufuor left a debt. And Prof. Mills came to introduce a levy and clear the debt.
And made a profit in 2016.
And I may say, 2016, not Prof. Mills. And me say, tell us how much they paid. And we came to office.
President Mills came and met the debt. He introduced a levy.
So how come TOR is still owing over $300 million?
And TOR made the profit in 2016.
And I buy. The thing is, I came to meet a debt of over $300 million.
On the levy,
I came to meet a debt of 300 million. From the debt. I came to meet a debt of over 300 million. What you have paid the debt and made profit. But I came to meet a debt of over 300. You